recent Q&A, Miyamoto stated that Nintendo wants to expand 3D Mario in new ways. I really like when developers do comments like that. It's a small peek into the development of a future game that we know nothing about. When Aonuma said that he was rethinking Zelda conventions, we received Breath of the Wild. And more recently, one of the lead programmers in HAL Laboratory said that the next Kirby game would be the pinnacle of the series. Later, we saw the review of Kirby and the Forgotten Lands, so maybe, just maybe, Miyamoto is pointing for something great in the future. Odyssey was the last mainline 3D Mario game. However, we also had Bowser's Fury earlier this year, a very interesting expansion attached to the port of Super Mario 3D World. Let's take that into consideration as well as past game in the series to speculate on two possibilities for the future of Mario. That's the obvious one. A large number of people were expecting that, but for some reason, after 4 years Nintendo simply didn't make it. Super Mario Odyssey was fantastic, my favorite 3D Mario probably. Mario's movement is simply perfect. All of his best moves are back and smoother than ever. The levels are also incredibly creative and full of different activities. That's why I thought, well, they created this great foundation. Why not just bring new levels and to have a great new game, just like Galaxy 2? And I'm pretty sure that Nintendo must have thought the same thing. But something happened. Maybe they started developing a DLC and it turned out to be a whole new game, and that whole new game became even bigger, and that's why it's taking so long to finish. Nintendo is in a very comfortable position right now regarding financials, so it's not a problem for them if their new big Mario game takes a little longer to be ready. Okay, but let's imagine it. Super Mario Odyssey 2. First things first, controls. We don't need any changes in that department, right? I get the feeling that even if you add 1 or 2 moves, things may get a little too complicated, so it's better to leave it the way it is. But let's not forget the main mechanic of the game, capture. I want to see a lot of new things to capture that expand Mario's movements in different ways. My favorite captures were the ones that really boosted Mario's movements, like the gushing, the glidon, and the up root. I want more crazy ideas like that. More mechanical things to control like a spaceship or a car would be awesome too. Also, it would be cool if Mario could control something gigantic, like a gorilla, and wreck a whole city. Or something really small like a mouse and explore a whole miniature section. Apart from that, of course, we need new kingdoms. And that's an area that they can improve upon Odyssey. Although I had fun with almost all locations in the game, some of them could be more fleshed out. In a sequel, I would like to see more levels in the scale of the Sand Kingdom and the Metro Kingdom. My nostalgic side wants to see kingdoms based on past games like Sunshine with Delfino Plaza and Galaxy with Comet Observatory. Imagine how cool it would be to see Rosalina back, just like Pauline. For the original ones, a cyberpunk world would be neat, with loads of crazy technology, ships, and some cyborg toads roaming around. A kingdom based on some form of rain-draw animation would also be awesome, similar to something like Cuphead. I would love to see Nintendo's artistic team take on that, including an outfit of an old-school Mario similar to the original arts of Donkey Kong. Sometimes I hear people complaining that Mario Odyssey had too many moons, and to be 100% honest, that never was a problem to me. From the silly moons in the game to the more complicated ones, I had fun with all of them. But maybe it would be a good idea to remove some of the filler moons, just to keep it as a valuable reward for the player during the experience. And just to finish this possibility, I think Peach should be playable. Like really, there are even outfits for her in the first game, and she has her own companion also, with Tiara. So I just want to see that. Okay, but a sequel to Odyssey still feels like a very safe bet. Let's go beyond and imagine how they can actually expand 3D Mario. If you've played Bowser's Fury, you know that the game is different from anything we saw in the series so far. It has many elements of Super Mario 3D World, like the graphics, movements and the platforming level design, but it takes all of this and puts in a very big open world, with no loadings, a seamless experience from beginning to end. I like to say that Bowser's Fury took the levels of 3D World and instead of using a world map, glued them all together in one big and unique level. It's like 3D World without menus. I don't know if you agree with me on this one, but I found this concept fantastic. It preserved a standard and fun style of platforming while adding great elements of exploration. But there's one problem. Bowser's Fury was only an expansion. The game recycles a lot of its map and the Fury mechanic is always interrupting your gameplay. All of this to extend the duration of the experience. But let's remove all of that. Imagine a 100% open Mario game with a world similar to Bowser's Fury where we have many small levels in different locations of the map. And even though I really like the leak scenario, we need to think of something bigger. So let's bring Mario back to space. Galaxy 1 and 2 were both amazing, like really great, but they were also mostly linear experiences and I think it's such a missed opportunity when the setting of those games is literally infinite. My idea here is to bring back the concept of Mario traveling through different planets with the whole gravity gameplay and everything, but in a way larger space. Really big with lots of planets, some of them connected in crazy ways, with linear platforming challenges spread out in the map, in the style of Mario Galaxy. The player would also be able to freely traverse between the planets with some sort of vehicle. Now, in Bowser's Fury we had Plasty helping us, and it was loads of fun. It would be funny to have a flying Plasty here with an astronaut helmet, or maybe a spaceship, where Mario could enter and the player would have total control of it. Many challenges like races and time trials would be available in space, and of course the main goal of the game would be the same as Galaxy, to collect stars, but similar to Bowser's Fury and Odyssey, you wouldn't be kicked out of a level after collecting one. Now, I know the crazy part of this idea is that a map so big as this could be very disorienting. I think the game should be divided in some way and the maps need to organically grow when the player collects more stars, just like Bowser's Fury. Okay, there you go. Be honest, did you like these ideas? Share yours in the comments. And if you like this video, try watching this one right here about the remakes of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Until next time, bye!